Hey guys, welcome to the Art Lab in a Box. Today I'm really excited about what we are going to be making, and it is going to be this really cool galaxy necklace that jingles. It has planet charms on it and a galaxy that you can shake up in a bottle. So if you'd like to make this with me, let's get out what we need. Just open up your box and find the bag that has this cool planet diagram in it. And it has beads in it. It has some stretchy cord. It has a tiny little bottle for your galaxy. There is some galaxy colored, I guess you could call them like shiny pieces, some purple sparkles, some glow in the dark stick-on stickers. And we have some little shrink papers. So shrink papers are really cool because they start off looking like a piece of paper. It's a little bit stiff, and after you draw your picture on it, you can put it in the oven for just a couple minutes, 1 or 2 minutes, and it shrinks down into these really cool charms. Okay, so I'm gonna zoom in on us here so we can see really close what we're doing. So get your stuff out, get your bag out. The only other thing you will need is water, because we're gonna be filling our galaxy necklace, and also some colored pencils. I believe you have some in your box. I'm gonna be using these ones here so I can save those for something else since I already have colored pencils open. All right, go ahead, press pause and press play again when you're ready. Let's start with the first step. Take out your planet diagram. Now, these planets are not to size. If you know a few things about planets and stars, they are not all the same size. They're all different sizes. In fact, the sun is gigantic compared to some of these planets. So we're keeping them all the same size today because we want our charms to all be the same size. So just so you know, these are not the exact sizes of real planets. The sun is not the same size as the Earth. If you want to know more, I would highly recommend you Google that. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we are going to take our shrink paper here, and you can see there's one really shiny side and smooth side, and on the other side it's a bit more scratchy and not as shiny. Okay, so that is the side we are going to draw on. We want to draw on the scratchy rough side because it's going to hold on to our colors better. All right, so the next step, very easy. You are going to put this over top of your picture like this, and all you have to do is trace. So let me show you how I'm going to do this here. First, let's get my black marker, which I have right here. Okay, so let's start with Neptune. Most of them are just circles, so very carefully just hold your shrink paper over top of your diagram and trace. And I'm even going to write the name of the planet. I'm going to write it bigger than what the letters are because it'll be really hard to trace that with my permanent marker. Okay, and now I'm going to color in the inside. So I see Neptune here is kind of like a blue and white color here is what they've shown. So I'm going to put this on top of there. You can take it off if you like. And I'm just going to color in the colors. These don't have to be perfect. They're not real planets. They're just for fun for our necklace. So they don't have to be perfect or the exact right color. You can be creative and make your planets whatever color you like. I'm gonna add some white in here. Maybe a darker blue. Let's see what we have. Add a darker blue in there. My planet looks a little something like this, okay? So now we're going to take all of our other 9 pieces and put them on our planets and trace all of the planets and stars. The sun is a star. So we are going to put all of these and trace them. See, Saturn has a ring around it, so maybe find a paper and you can put it sideways. And that's the next step. Go ahead and press pause and trace all of your planets. And once your planets are done, they should look something like this. Okay, and the next step, really easy. You're gonna need a pair of scissors. Let's get mine. And see how these corners are a little bit sharp here? We're just gonna wanna cut those off, round the edges. If it's too difficult for you to round the edges, you can always just cut it like that, so you trim it. But I try to cut off all the pointy corners so that all of them are nice and smooth, just like that. All right, so go ahead, it's your turn. Time to cut all the edges off. Make sure you're leaving the hole there. We want to keep the hole there. We're gonna put our string through there to put them on our necklace. So cut around the edges and go and preheat your oven to 425 degrees. Go and ask an adult, an older sibling, cousin, parent, grandparent, whoever you're with, to preheat the oven to 425 degrees because we are gonna bake these for 1 minute. Okay, all my edges are nice and trimmed and smooth. Now I'm going to lay them out on a baking sheet. I put tin foil down. You can put parchment paper down, tin foil. You don't really need anything, but I like to put something down. I'm gonna lay out all of my charms like this, and I'm gonna put them in the oven for 1 to 2 minutes at 425 degrees, okay? Okay, here we go. Okay, we are doing this with the help of an adult. Do you have an adult with you? Because this oven is very hot. Okay, we're gonna make sure we get help with this, and we wear an oven mitt. Let's put this in here. Our charms shrink. Oh, here they go. So they're gonna curl up just like how you see here. And slowly they're going to flatten back out. All right, I think mine are looking pretty done. I'm gonna take them out. So when we take them out, just like before, remember it's really hot. An adult is gonna help us take our pieces out of the oven. And look at that, so small. If they're still a bit curly, you can just flatten them under a cup or something flat. You can even use a towel to press down this. But make sure, once again, these are so hot, you don't want to put your fingers on them just yet. And there we go. And make sure we turn off our oven. So here we have our charms. I love them so much. They're nice and hard now, and they've gotten thicker because they shrunk down. Now it's time to build our necklace, okay? Time for you to press pause and get busy on these charms. I have my charms. I have my little bottle, where is it? And I have my glitter and my little pack of these little shiny things. So the first thing we are going to do is let's make our galaxy in a bottle. This is so fun. Okay, we just take your lid off like this. And then we need our pair of scissors. All right, so to make our glitter thing here, you can use a funnel if you have a funnel. I'm just gonna use my hands. My table can get messy. If you don't want your table to get messy, you can always put a piece of paper or a plate underneath to make sure you don't get glitter all over the place, okay? So the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm not gonna use my whole glitter bag. I'm just gonna pour about half in and save this for another project, because this is just a lot of glitter. We don't even need that much. If you did want to add it all in, that's okay, but I don't think it needs it. I'm just going to use half. Okay, so I have half of this in here, and now I'm going to do the same thing with these galaxy pieces. They kind of remind me of galaxy rocks, so that's why we're going to put these in. So instead of opening the lid, did you see I just kind of cut off the corner like that? I find that's a much cleaner, easier way to get your pieces inside your bottle. And then I'm just gonna carefully add some in. Once again, not the whole thing. I don't wanna fill this all the way up. I just wanna fill it to about there, a little less than half, or about up to half. Half is here, 50% of the bottle, okay? So I have that. The next thing I need to do is get some water to put inside here. You can fill it up directly with a tap. Just make sure you turn it on really, really light so that it doesn't fill up right away and blast all your sparkles out. You want to do it very gently. I'm going to use a dropper. You might still have one from one of our past boxes. If not, that's okay. You can use something that pours nicely, or like I said, just directly from the tap. Just make sure you go really slow. Okay, so go ahead, press pause, and finish your galaxy necklace. You must have added all your ingredients by now. The next thing you need to do is, before we put our lid back on, we are gonna take a towel and dry around our bottle where it's gonna screw on, because this will make sure none of the water leaks out onto us. Okay, so I have mine all dry. I'm putting my lid on, and then I'm just gonna turn it upside down and shake. Wow, mine looks really cool. Okay, so now I have my galaxy in a bottle, I have my charms, and I have my beads. Now all there's left to do is build my necklace. So how I'm gonna do that is, you'll notice maybe at the end of yours, it's kind of frayed a little bit. Frayed means the fabric around the elastic in your stretchy cord is kind of coming out. So I just give a tiny little trim to the end, just like that, so it's easy to put my beads on. So you can start by adding one of your beads that were in your box, and put it down to the end. And then I like to tie it in a knot. I do this because this helps all of my beads from falling off the end. It will stop any beads from falling off the end. So there you go. I have a bead tied to the bottom of my string. Okay, and from there, now you can just add on your charms and your beads as you like. So I'm gonna add my planet Earth on here. And then I'm gonna put one of my other beads that came in with the box here. And then I'm gonna put another planet. And another bead. And once I'm about halfway through my planets, so once I have 4 planets on, I'm gonna add my galaxy necklace on. But you can really do this in whatever order you want. This is your necklace, right? So you don't even have to add the beads if you don't want to. You can just have the planets. But I love the beads. Here's an S bead, S for Sam or Saturn. And then, so when you're ready, you can put your galaxy on like this and add all of your other beads on. All right, go ahead, press pause, and I'll show you what to do once you've filled all of your beads up on your string. I have finished putting on all my beads and my charms. The only thing left to do now is tie it in a knot together at the top so it doesn't come undone. That's how I tie a knot. I just loop it around like this and tie it tight like that. If you want to tie it like this, that's okay too in a bow. Just make sure it's nice and tight so it doesn't come off. And if it feels kind of too small, don't worry, it's stretchy. So just stretch it out and put it on. And now you have a really cool conversation piece necklace that you can talk about planets with, or if you forget what a planet looks like, you can always check, and it looks really cool. I had a really good time making this with you guys today, and I'll see you again next time. Bye!